Hello, and we are back. Okay, so this is chapter 2. Chapter 1 has already been read. Now, let's go on this. So this is a part of roleplay, if you want to look at it, because I'm not dealing that yet. So, chapter 2, Prince Whitelight's Promise, or Life Promise. You can read it out. You can act it out as well at home if you want. You can pause the video if you want to read it. So, Spiral Sun at the last, if that's what you should do. Princess Luna walked out the door and headed for her room. Right as she budged the door open, it was locked. She thought to herself that her sister Celestia was giving her another punishment. But why? Luna turned and heads back to Spiral Sun's room. As she arrived and knocks on the door, there was no answer. She twisted the handle of the door and it was locked as well. Luna thought of this and stood there for a while. The, the light from the torches on the walls dies away and the sudden darkness emerged. Luna phased, getting ready for what might happen. Then she heard, "I'm sorry, Princess Luna, but I cannot let you spread my identity." Princess Luna stood frightened. She only had one solution left. She must convince Spiral Sun. Now here's another roleplay. Don't worry about why it's on red because it's more easier that way. I changed the color rather than green. So we can read it. There you go. Oh, there's a bit more. Then, when Luna and Spiral Sun finished the way, Luna thought of going back to their room. She arrived seeing her sister Celestia already sleeping. Right about when she goes to bed, Celestia asked where she had been. Where have she been to? There's more, if you want to read that. Now, Princess Celestia burst through the front room door, my English today, and called out to the guards to assist her. Princess Luna regretted saying real form. She tried to make her sister to give pity for herself. Princess Celestia was quite busy to know that her sister tried her best to stop her. Princess Celestia bashed into Spiral Sun's door. She called out, loud. Spiral Sun woke up shocked and dazzled. The guards got a good hold of him, really tight. Spiral Sun demanded to know what was going on. And there's more roleplay if you want that. Then Princess Luna arrived at the scene getting involved. Now, in a nutshell, Spiral Sun knows White Light, so then this happens. Now, how can I explain this? It's hard to tell if I should have probably showed the other stories first, not this, because it's gonna be a bit confusing. Like, oh look, they actually have a little brother? No, the little brother is just a character added in, and since this is a fan-made based story of mine, I made it continuous, so when Spiral Sun is not knowing that White Light is their little brother as in a, well, you get it. I think it was in chapter 1 as well. So, here's more. And then Princess Celestia brought Spyroson down into the dungeon below the Canterlot Castle. She left Spyroson chained until he had the truth to tell. Days passed. Princess Luna came down to look at what and how Spyroson was doing. Princess Luna saw Spyroson on the ground, merely moving. She was quite stunned. She couldn't do anything to help. Princess Celestia came down with the same guards. She saw her dear sister Luna with Spyroson. Now, this is chapter 3, and I think chapter 1 was so long, and chapter 2 was quite short. And I'm pretty sure that chapter 3 is quite long as well. So, here is it. If you want to read that now, because I'm not role-playing it right now, I don't have another person here with me. The royal guards climb up the stairs into the castle. More roleplay. Then, Spyroson formed back into his original morph. Princess Celestia was quite shocked, and she quickly responded. And more roleplay. Now, I'll probably roleplay Spyroson's bit here because it's really important. Sigh. I'll start from the beginning, from where I was beginning. My name came from Ponroy, the god of all creation. Now I know he is OP, that's why I put green name there. He possessed the main powers of what the world had: water, fire, nature, earth, electric, speed, strength, power, intelligence, darkness, light, energy, life, psychic, metal, and other elements that could be possibly found. Ponroy himself gave me the powers of divine nature and intelligence, but he rarely shows up in the world. Prince Whitelight's death came to me as I kept all dead souls. He told me everything I must know about you and your sister, Luna. I granted him a wish. His wish made him to be reborn back from the dead. I calmly came down to the world to see if this terrain keeps the land in peace. And there's more. I want to read that now. Then, Spyroson teleported Princess Luna and Celestia down into the Evergreen Forest. I think Everfree, not Evergreen. I'm sorry. So, Prince Whitelight showed up out of a bush. Now I know it's not really a good way to explain it, but okay. Now there's more of this roleplay if you wanna read that. Now Whitelight is involved in this now, so this is I think where Whitelight got involved into this part of the story. That's good. We're in the Whitelight zone. The Whitelight zone. Oh, I'm not referring to Twilight Zone. No. Then more of these nuts. Now we'll go through. Oh, wait, so actually, yeah, there's a narration. So up there and here. Then Spyroson left. He flew upwards directly into the clouds and vanished when he entered the atmosphere. Princess Luna and Celestia got back to Canterlot with their little brother Whitelight. The worst has arrived. Supposed to be next day. So, next day back in Ponyville, in the Daily News, gathered up a bunch of crowds buying it and reading it. It said, Daily Newscaster, the Spyroson's appearance. Princess Luna and Celestia got their little brother back from Spyroson. There was a photo. So this is being shown as in a daily article of the Ponyville newspaper. After a long time trying to prove Spyroson was real, I have proved it to you, every pony. Through Ponyville, into Manhattan, into Philadelphia, and into Canterlot, Princess Luna slammed the door open and called out, Sister! She gave her the newsletter. Princess Celestia was horrified. And more roleplay, if you want to read that. And both of them at the bottom there said, Whitelight! Because they're actually quite afraid of what's gonna happen if this goes on. Princess Luna and Celestia came into their brother Whitelight's room. Now there's more here. Now this is where I start arguing. Then you can read that if you want, or you can skip it to parts. You can pause it, you can read it, and you can because I'm gonna stop very soon, or no, oh, not soon, after this chapter. Oh, it's nearly there. So here it is, the next narration. Up where Spiralson was, he had nothing much to do. Ponroy was playing with his sandbox theories, and yet Spiralson asked him. Ponroy thought about it, but he'd go along with Spiralson for once. Before Spiralson and Ponroy descended back down into the nearby wreckage, Spiralson ensured if Ponroy was so sure to be with him this time. Ponroy agreed for the first time in his life that he was so sure to be with Spiralson. Spiralson was quite confused on why would Ponroy suddenly just agreed, so he explained where to go. Then more roleplay. Now this is like a roleplay narrated book, so it's supposed to be like that because it's gonna be animated. It's gonna be put into a comic first, and then doesn't matter. So there is chapter 4. Now I'm gonna do that in the next video. So chill. Ta ta.